knows what I'd be without you, without you, without you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Sarah, Andrew, Susan and Simon in the studio from the Quartet ConFusion. Good to have you all back.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah,
It's been about, what, a year?
Just about,
Yeah,
yeah.
probably
a little bit over with things going on.
So I feel a bit honoured that, we've got we can squeeze in one last sort of live performance because we just found out that this is the last one for this week at least. Fingers crossed it's only a week.
Yeah.
So how are you all?
fine.
Yes.
It's good.
Yes.
Awesome. All right. Now, tell us about yourselves for those who don't know you.
So I'm Sarah, I'm a music teacher, and I sing baritone in the quartet, which is the weird notes.
I'm Simon. I sing bass. I'm a registered nurse that works at home, which is pretty weird. And I sing with these guys. It's great fun.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Andrew. I'm married to Sarah, and I sing lead. And since retiring into Australia about 14 years ago, I've been head down, tail up in Barbershop ever since. And I direct a couple of choruses, and I'm in several quartets.
I'm Susan. I am the daughter of Sarah and Andrew here, and Simon is our adoptive uncle.
Yeah, you're part of the family now, aren't you?
Yeah.
You just fit in nicely.
And I've been dragged into Barbershop just as long as Dad has. He started singing, and then we all got kind of dragged into it, didn't we?
Yeah.
It has that addictive nature, doesn't it? We've spoken about this before. Once you sort of start, you can't stop. Do you see yourselves ever stopping this?
Probably.
What you're doing?
No.
It's always going to be a part of our lives.
What was that?
It's always going to be a part of our lives.
Yeah, exactly. And it makes you feel good. It's a beautiful thing, singing and music.
And it keeps me connected with everyone.
Yeah, of course.
She's moved out now.
Didn't you get married recently?
Not recently. It's been almost
3 years.
3 years now.
Gee, time goes.
Yeah, it does. No, the song that we just sang, it was really interesting. It sort of started us off on a journey.
Yeah.
And the end of that journey is supposed to be AVCon in 2 weeks. Because we were going to go and sing these songs that are from games. So God only knows, actually, Susan's probably got the details.
God only knows, despite being a very well-known song in just general, has been used in
Beach Boys.
Yes, Beach Boys. Everyone knows Beach Boys. Was used in Barbershop Infinite. It's a first-person shooter game where you're that was developed by 2K Games in 2013, and Barbershop Infinite is the third installment. It doesn't follow directly the last two games, but it's kind of a contrast. Whereas the first game was Underwater City, Barbershop Infinite is a city in the sky. And this song comes from a barbershop quartet that comes in on a blimp during this cutscene and sings a song to a lovely old couple before flying away.
Wow.
It's quite a good scene.
It's probably one of the best known barbershop songs in a computer game.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a select number of songs that fits for.
Yes.
It's pretty iconic.
Niche market.
But it did sort of set us looking for some other songs that were in computer games, and we've come up with a complete set that we can now sing that are from computer games.
Yeah.
So over the last sort of 12 months or so, we've been developing the set.
Yeah.
So we're going to share a few more with you as well.
Yeah, beautiful. Well, what have you got next for us?
Ooh, okay, which one's that?
Is it Wild?
I don't want to set the world on fire.
Yes, I don't know so well from.
This one's from Fallout 3, I believe.
Yes, it is.
Basically, you wander around this decimated
Nuclear
environment, nuclear apocalypse type site, but occasionally you find old radios that are still working, and they had this very old-fashioned song from the Ink Spots, singing "I don't want to set the world on fire."
It's kind of ironic.
So we've taken that, made it a bit more barbershop, and
They competed with us.
Yeah, we've actually competed with this, so it's put a little twist on the end, and it's a fun little piece.
I don't wanna set this great big world on fire. I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart. Sweetheart, in my heart I have but one desire, and that one is you, no other will do. I've lost all ambition for worldly acclaim. I just want to be the one you love, and with your admission that you feel the same, I'll have reached the goal I'm dreaming of. Believe me, oh baby, I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart, deep in your heart. I've lost all ambition for worldly acclaim. I just want to be the one you love, and with your admission that you feel the same, I'll have reached the goal I'm dreaming of. Believe me, I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame in your heart. You know, I just want to start a flame in your heart. In your heart.
Beautiful. Do you want to go into the third song? Straight into the third song?
Yeah,
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Breathing.
Mad World.
Mad World.
Mad
Oh,
World.
yes. So this is from
This is from Gears of War.
Gears of War.
Yeah, which is not only a video game but an entire franchise of comic books, TV show. Yeah, it's been featured in a lot of stuff. It's about an alien invasion fighting back. It's very steampunk actually. From all
Cool.
the
I like
aesthetics.
steampunk.
It was created by Epic Games in 2003 originally. So yeah.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out faces, bright and early for their daily races, going nowhere, going nowhere.
The tears are filling up their glasses. No expression, no expression. Hide my head, I want to drown my sorrow. No tomorrow, no tomorrow.
And I find it kind of funny, I find it kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very, very mad world. Mad Children waiting for the day they feel good. Happy birthday, happy birthday. And I feel the way that every child should sit and listen, sit and listen. Went to school and I was very nervous. No one knew me, no one knew me. Hello teacher, tell me what's my lesson. Look right through me, look right through me.
And I
I find it kind of funny, I find it kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very, very mad world. Mad world. Mad world. Mad, mad world.
Beautiful. Thank you. Very appropriate song, isn't it?
In
Oh, yeah.
contrast to the running and gunning, it's kind of got that somber feeling of the tragedy that's actually happened, and it features in a level of the game that it is filled with the ashen corpses of innocent people. It's quite a mood setter for
Mood setter.
retrospective.
The original Tears for Fears song was written
That's right.
as a guy who his girlfriend had 3 jobs and was out all day, and he was at home unemployed writing songs, as songwriters often are. And his view of the London street out of his flat window was lots of people just walking to work with no one smiling, and so that just inspired him about people in the rat race, and he just didn't understand what was going on, couldn't relate. And then about the loneliness of childhood if you haven't got any friends and stuff. And there's some controversy about whether it was a suicidal song, maybe the dreams in which I'm dying were the best I've had, but apparently he said no, he was more about, it's the ones where you end up falling or tripping over something and you wake up from falling. And they said those are the most exciting dreams because they're the ones that got your heart racing. And you wake up and everything else is a bit dull otherwise. So it's a song about boredom mostly.
Good Lord. Gee, and just to make a point on that, I think we've all had those dreams, haven't we, that we're falling or something's happening and we wake up jolted, but I wouldn't say it's an exciting feeling waking up out of that.
Seriously,
Anyone else agree with him?
Perspective. If you're bored enough at anything that makes you jump is exciting. I mean, people play horror games for a reason.
That's exactly right. And also watching horror films. You know, some people get a kick out of it, don't they? And others are like, no, I don't want to see it, it will disturb me. We're all so different, aren't we?
Yeah.
But also similar. It's that oxymoron, like they say, you know. We're similar, but we're different. But it certainly is a very interesting world, shall we say. Yes. All right. Who chose the set list for today? Just curious before we get on to our last song.
Group effort, really. We were basically we've been working on this set of songs for AVCon because we're going to go dressed as the Barbershop Quartet from Bioshock. The costumes are we've had to make them ourselves because
they don't exist.
They don't
make striped jackets. And
not quite the right way. Anyway.
Not quite the right way.
There's lots of you can buy cheap ones from costume shops, but they look terrible.
So who's making them?
We are.
We're sewing extraordinaires over here.
Got that skill?
Well, we've got 2 sewing machines, and we kind of made my own wedding dress.
I've seen them. They're pretty amazing.
Really?
Yeah, they're pretty amazing.
You made it.
Yeah, well, my mum made her wedding dress, and then when I went to go pick out my wedding dress, I couldn't find anything I really liked, and I wanted it to be coloured, so I went and got some lilac material and made my own dress with help from my mum. So
that's a skill that a lot of women have lost, sadly, isn't it? You know,
it was one of those things that I always used to make things to dress dolls with, and I had a hand sewing machine because my mum wouldn't let me have an electric one, you know, so I was always fiddling around with that sort of thing. I'm quite sort of crafty and engineering, so I like problem solving too, and sewing is problem solving. You spend half the time you know, unpicking things more than you actually spend sewing them, you know. But yeah, so it's interesting. But we managed to go out shopping a couple of weeks ago, and we managed to find some of the basics of the costume. So the trousers that we've got are the right colour, but we had to put stripes and things on them. We managed to get white shirts, and we managed to get waistcoats that were the right colour, but we've put like a fake watch chain on it, which is what they look like in the game. We've also managed to get borrow the Bota hats from our local Flurio Harmony Chorus, who's the guys sing Barbershop with Andrew. And we've put the correct coloured ribbons on them, but the jackets we couldn't find anywhere, so we basically found a pattern that looked the same as the jacket, and we're now making it in the correct material. So
That's part of the fun too.
Oh yeah, it is. It's
Really?
good fun.
Making
I
your
mean,
own
that would be boring if you
cosplays.
bought it.
Yeah, making your own cosplay is something lots of people get proud of, and there are even people who do it professionally. They create their own costumes to mimic these pieces of media, and some of them are incredibly talented.
Of course. Now, where were you born? Or have we spoken about that before?
Yeah, we're from England.
I'm from Wales, Australia. So
Yeah.
slight contrast.
Totally.
You got family and friends there?
You got
I've got most of my family's in Wales, or a good chunk of my family's still. Good chunk of my family's still in Wales, but I've been here now for 30 years or something. So I'm almost a local. Still a Wales boy, unfortunately. Fortunately, I'm not sure how that goes.
I've been in Australia for more than half of my life. I would consider myself an Australian.
You just don't sound
You
like
just
that.
don't sound like one.
Beautiful accent.
You still sound
I
very
love your
good,
accent.
Okay.
We still ribber about the accent.
But it's nice that you've still maintained it because you've been here for how long?
14 years, yeah.
14, yeah. Well, sometimes it changes a little bit.
I
But
think
I
it
don't think-
has.
has
I think it
yours
has.
changed?
Yeah, I think mine has. I think my English friends think I sound Australian, and my Australian
Really?
friends think I sound English. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I get the same
It's
problem.
the ear.
Everyone,
It's the ear.
So
Yeah.
mid-Pacific.
Who's
everyone
listening?
here's like, oh, you sound really British, and then I go to England and they're like, you sound really Australian. So, no
That's
winning.
it.
No
That's it.
winning.
If you can hear a bit of the other accent, that's what you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we've got one more song, Mr. Blue Sky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is from.
Oh yeah. This was selected because it was from Portal. The Portal games were released by Valve in 2007. Portals 1 and 2, and Mr. Blue Skies was used in the promotional material for the downloadable content in which you could double play, so you could play with another person, not just single player. Because the original was a single player science fiction puzzle platformer in which you try to escape a science facility run by a murderous psychotic AI. It's quite fun.
if you like that sort of
If you like
thing.
that.
Yeah.
Cute.
It's also Guardians of the Galaxy.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Sun is shining in the sky, there ain't a cloud in sight. It stopped raining and everybody's in a play, and don't you know it's a beautiful new day. Now running down the avenue, see how the sun shines brightly in the city, on the streets where once was pity. Mr. Blue Sky is living here today. Oh, Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. Where did we go wrong? Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. Where did we go wrong? Hey you with pretty face, welcome to the human race. A celebration, Mr. Blue Sky's up there waiting, and today is the day we've waited for. Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. Where did we go wrong? Hey there, Mr. Blue, it's all ears to be with you. Look around, see what you do. Yes, everybody smiles at you. Ba 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 ba, Mr. Blue Sky. Mr. Oh, Mr. Blue Sky. Ba ba ba, Mr. Ba 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 ba, Blue Sky. Ba 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 sky. Mr. Blue, you did it right, but soon comes Mr. Night creeping over. Now his hand is on your shoulder, never mind. I'll remember you this time, I'll remember you this way. sky.
Tell us why you had to hide away for so long. Blue sky, hey there, Mr. Blue. We're so pleased to be with you. Look around, see what you do. Yes, everybody smiles at you. Ba 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 ba. Oh, Mr. Blue, blue sky.
Woo. Fantastic, what
I
a
love that
scream.
song.
It's a good song.
Yeah, it's a good song. We like that one.
Very like, woo, yeah, that's wild. ConFusion with Sarah Bradley, Andrew Bradley, Susan Richards and Simon Hosking. Very nice.
Thank you.
Good vibes. Always good vibes when you come in. Fantastic. Anything else you want to share before we finish off?
Just if anybody is not singing this week and wants to join our rehearsal on Zoom, get in touch. We're having Zoom rehearsal tomorrow for our chorus. So the chorus that we sing with is the Adelaide All Sorts.
Yeah.
We actually meet in person when we can in Warradale.
Usually.
Yeah.
Usually, yeah, meet in person usually, not this week. But we have actually last year while we were on Zoom, we actually recruited a few people who just sort of popped into rehearsal on Zoom to check us out, and then came down in person and joined us. So if anybody would like to do some 4-part a cappella singing, look us up, the Adelaide All Sorts Harmony Chorus.
So you just organised that Zoom, what, an hour ago?
Well, yeah, we just got.
Yeah, I'll send out the link tonight, basically.
It's amazing how we just quickly go to plan B. We're all sort of very agile, aren't we? We know what to do now.
We jumped straight onto Zoom last year when everyone went into lockdown, and we didn't miss a rehearsal.
And the chorus grew, which is amazing. So
Because lots of people got bored and like, we need something to do, and they heard about what we were doing.
and it's very non-confrontational. You can just, you basically come along and you watch and sing to yourself. No one can hear you, and it's great for people.
Awesome.
It's a lovely idea.
Love that. So we can still make things work.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we're definitely up for it.
Never say die.
That's right. And sometimes it ends up better, you know. We've heard people say that over the past year and a half or 2 years, certain things have turned out for the better. And not always the case, of course, you know, there's always the two sides to it, but where we can, and we make it work.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Journalist Robert Laidlaw for Northern Sporting Stars as he speaks to the coaches, the support staff and the support staff themselves.
So quick.
It wasn't quick.
In the Northern Stars.
It felt quick, didn't it?
Yeah.
Northern Regions
I know.
Sports Academy, Northern Sporting Stars is on at 5 p.m.
Exactly.
every fourth Wednesday.
Did you get any
of the month.
comments come through?
What do we get?
Yeah, no, that's not Facebook Live, that's just video this
Yeah.
time. Yeah,
Okay.
we're doing a bit differently this time.
Mm.
So if you want to say anything here, hello, goodbye, ciao, ciao.
Bye.
Nice to see you. Bye.
Yes, nice to be out singing.
Yeah.
Hope to do it again soon.
Hang in there. We'll
Yes.
be
Not
back.
this week.
We'll be
No,
back.
it's
Yeah, exactly.